A very good evening to you and welcome to Big Talk here on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. My name is Godwin Sunday. Well, it's a good time to go follow us right now on our various social media handle currently showing on your screen using at Global TV NG. Don't forget that you can also download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app from your Android and iOS devices, showing also on your screen. You can also search for it on your various Google device on all our platforms to be able to keep track with our broadcast. Today we'll be talking about the various defections that have greeted the country, and joining me to talk about this is Charles Gold Nachi. But we'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll delve into the conversation. Please stay with us. All right, welcome back. And just in case you're just joining us, this is Big Talk here on Global Television. And not to worry, you've not missed much, even on the show. I'm being joined right now by Charles Gold Nachi, and we are talking about the gale of defection that have tended to greet Nigerian political space so far. Charles, you're welcome to Big Talk.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here today.
All right, Charles, the most recent defection in the country is that of the Akwa Ibom state government. But when you look at the various defections that we've had so far in the country, what do you make of the defection so far?
Well, thank you so much for having me today. It's not all about defecting from one political party to another political party. It's all about having what we call political ideology. We'll come to discover that most people who are defecting from one political party to another political party, they are just the same ideology. None of them have different ideology. The same political ideology they have, no different. It's just like a changing of goalposts. No different ideology, no different vision. So they are just all the same. It's just removing the name of a political party and bringing in another name of political party, but the same ideology, no different ideology. So that's just the problem we have. So if you are defecting from one political party to another political party, the question is that what is your ideology? What is your vision for the people? Don't forget that the purpose of political party is to render service to the masses, is to serve the nation. So, but the people who are moving from one political party to another political party, what is their reason? What is their reason? Maybe they feel that where they are cannot be able to guarantee them victory for the next election, 2027 election. So they feel that if they are not in line or they are not aligned to the mainstream political party, the ruling party, that their victory, their winning in come 2027 election will not be assured. So that could be one of the reasons why they decided to start defecting now. So that, someone once said that should be former governor of Edo State, Adam Smith Oshomole. He said, once you join APC party, your sins are forgiven. In fact, you become a saint. Once you join APC, your sins have been forgiven. EFCC will not come after you. All the charges EFCC had against you will be dropped. So that could be one of the reasons why you see people moving from one political party to another political party, so that they can be assured of victory, number one, so that also they can be covered from their both corruption and misgovernance.
Well, Charles, let's even look at the fact right now where what is trending is that when anybody move from party A, when politicians move from party A to party B, they tend to get a friendly welcome, a loud ovation of ceremony welcoming them to a party B. And by extension, we also see principal officers that go to welcome these politicians. By extension, we've seen the president also welcoming defectors into the All Progressive Congress. Going by this trend, what does it posit for the Nigerian political masses right now? Now look at this. Is there even a future in political ideologies right now, even in Nigerian political, looking at Nigerian political arena right now?
Some time ago, last month, I think that former President Goodluck Jonathan said that it will be a threat to our Nigerian political space if we allow Nigeria to fall into one political system. Former President Goodluck Jonathan,
one party state?
Yeah, one party system.
Okay.
So former President Goodluck Jonathan made a statement on that. He said we should not allow that, and that is true. But looking at what is happening in our political system, the gale of defection, people moving from one political party to another political party, and this defection for some months now have been one-sided. How do I mean by one-sided? APC have been gaining, while other political parties have been losing. Maybe because of APC, they are the one that is the ruling party, so they have been gaining. Gaining the defections. People are defecting to their party, and they are celebrating, they are happy. And I think that they felt that if they didn't do so, number one, they will not be guaranteed for 2027 election victory. They will not be guaranteed. I remember what happened after 2023 election, when after the appeal, they moved to Supreme Court, Governor of Plateau State, immediately he won. And some even the Bauchi State Governor, immediately Supreme Court affirmed his winning. All of them gave credit to President Tinubu. All of them. That is a wrong signal. That maybe President has a hand on their victory, on the Supreme Court victory. So all of them, they will say, I want to give thanks to President. I want to give thanks. None of them give thanks to the judiciary. All of them centered on the president. Say, President has done this for me. Thank you. So that could be the reason why everybody want to align with Mr. President, so that their 2027 election will be granted, will be assured. And that is a wrong signal. That shows that our political space is having issues. That shows that our politics in Nigeria is going through challenges. And we should not allow that, just like former President Jonathan have said, we should not allow that to continue. We should not allow that. There must be opposition parties. We must allow them to stay. We must allow opposition parties to stay, to have their space in our political system. When we allow everybody to be in line with the mainstream political party, that means that the mainstream political party will not have any form of opposition. Nobody can stand to oppose him or to oppose them. And it's a wrong signal. It's a wrong signal. Something is wrong. So we must not allow that. So it's a sign that something is wrong in our political space. Something is wrong. Having only one political party on a very good day, by now, we should be expecting people defecting from ruling party to the opposition party. We should be expecting people defecting from the ruling party to the opposition party. Because we cannot say that everything is working well in the ruling party. They have their issues. They have their challenges. But because of their ruling party, they have the mechanism to handle it. So everybody just felt that aligning with the ruling party is the best way to go. But for me, that's the wrong way to go.
Well, Charles, a lot of people even within you've mentioned the ruling party. And in this particular case, it has to do with the All Progressive Congress. But most people from the All Progressive Congress will say that defection did not start today. It did not start with the All Progressive Congress. It has become like a reoccurring phenomenon and a common decimal factor in the Nigerian body politics. So Nigerians should not blame them for clamoring for people to defect to the All Progressive Congress, because this has become the key, the in thing for political development. But when you look at all of this, in terms of the various defections that we have so far across the country? Has it helped us as a people to grow economically, technologically, scientifically, and otherwise? When you begin to assess this level of defection, what's your general take in terms of our level of development as a people?
Before 2015 election, during the time of former President Goodluck Jonathan, was it AC and what do you call the other one? A party of former President Muhammad Buhari? I can't remember the name. They came together to form an alliance in order to defeat former President Goodluck Jonathan. So many governors marched together, including with former governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amaechi. They came together to form a political alliance that gave birth to All Progressive Party, APC. Now, masses, the Nigerian people felt that maybe as they have formed this alliance, and by the end of the day, they were able to win election. They were able to remove PDP. They were able to remove former President Goodluck Jonathan. So, and they came on the theme of on the change, changing the change. So masses were like, wow, change has come. We're expecting change, as these people promised that there will be change, both financially, economically, academically, every aspect. What do we see by the end of the day? The focus of the politicians is to win election. That's what I said. They had no ideology. The ideology was just to remove former President Goodluck Jonathan. The ideology was just to remove PDP from power. By the end of the day, what is happening? What is happening? By the end of the day, few years down the line, Nigeria is still going through insecurity problem, lack of electricity, lack of good road, economic meltdown. People are struggling, people are starving. Was it during the 60th birthday of former governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amaechi? He said, we are hungry. He said, if you are not hungry, I am hungry. Well, when this man made that statement, I was like, well, the one that brought APC. He contributed in making sure that Jonathan will be removed, that PDP will be removed. Now, he said we are hungry. In fact, I remember when he went to do political campaign for APC in Delta State. He put his hand in his pocket and said, check, I don't have money in my pocket. He said, I'm broke. That was the political language he used to win the heart of the masses, to campaign for APC. He said, we are hungry. After 7 years, he still come back to say we are hungry, forgetting that now the same political party he campaigned for, now the same political party that is still ruling, he come back to say we are hungry. Quite disappointing, seriously. So there's no ideology. People just moving from one political party to another political party without having any form of ideology, without having any form of plan, vision for the masses. They're just changing names, but not changing ideology. So APC said change, but few years down the line, do we see any change? No. The masses are still hungry. Insecurity across the length and breadth of Nigeria. Insecurity. Thousands are killed here in Borno State. Hundreds are killed here in Benue State, Niger State. Death upon death everywhere. No change. So people are just changing names of political party, but they're not changing the ideology of the political party. No ideology, just changing of names of political party.
So what you're saying invariably at this point, that most politicians are moving from party A to party B, and they don't have ideology, or the political party itself does not have an ideology. Looking back at President Buhari's government that brought in the CPC, that is the Congress for Progressive Change, and later they joined the ACN, or rather they joined the APC, which was more of an amalgamation. That has been a consistent ideology. If you ask most politicians right now, saying that Buhari stood for change with the CPC and the All Progressive Congress was about change. Now, I'm asking this question, does it borders on the individual or the political party in itself? Because knowing fully well that most political parties in their creation have some form of ideology. So are we talking about the individuals or the political party itself?
Well, political party is just a name. PDP is a name. APC is a name. Labour Party is a name. So Labour Party cannot change, cannot bring the expected dividends of democracy to the Nigerian people. Who will bring the dividends? Now the people inside the party. Now the governors, the political leaders who have come together to form the political party. So they are the one that should say, this party I have joined. See what should be our vision. See what should be our ideology. This is what we want to give to the Nigerian people, at least to appreciate them for voting for us. This is what they stand, the Nigerian people stand to gain. Number one, security. Number two, security of life. You know, don't forget that the primary purpose of government is to protect life and property. For the protection of life and property, that's a major primary purpose of setting up a government, to protect life and property. So any government that have not protected life and property, that government has failed. So the people that join any political party, their vision, their ideology should be one, to protect life and property, to make economy to be easier, to build a strong economy for the masses, to make money, just like as the former governor said, that he said there's no money, that he's hungry, to make food available for the masses, to make education to be their priority, to make electricity which will lead to production, mass productions. Industries will be booming, businesses will be growing. But once people who join this political party does not have all this ideology, the political party is bound to fail. So it's not about people moving from one political party to another party. It's not about what is the ideology. What is the ideology? People are just changing names of political party, but they lack ideology, they lack vision, they lack passion for the masses. That is why even when they move, the same thing will keep happening. When they change names, the same thing will keep happening. Insecurity will keep happening. Electricity, the same thing. Debt everywhere. The economy meltdown will continue happening. Things are scarce, things are difficult to buy, hardship everywhere. They keep changing from one political party to another political party. And now the same people, they have no ideology. Once you are in a PDP, you have no ideology for the people. You carry the same character and move to APC, the same thing will keep happening. You move from APC with the same character, with the same attitude. You move into PDP, the same thing will keep happening. Changing political party, changing political name does not result to change.
All right, interesting so far. When Okowa and Oborivori left the People's Democratic Party in Delta State to join the ruling All Progressive Congress, they said they want to position the government to be at the central in order to benefit from the government. Recently, Akwa Ibom State Governor, the person of Umar Eno, has also moved because one of the reasons he gave was that the political instability within the People's Democratic Party, and in order for them to also align with the center in order to bring development and progress to the people of his state and by extension the south part of Nigeria. When you begin to look at this and try to tie it up again to the level of development in Cross River State right now, if at all there is development in Cross River State, and even Ebonyi State, if at all there is development in Ebonyi State and other states being ruled by the All Progressive Congress, let's put this on a scale. Will you say that the defection has rather favored the masses because government was attracted to the middle, or we should begin to look the other way around, that this is just another political rhetoric, gorgeous metaphors by politicians in order to pursue their own interests and not for the masses' benefits?
Well, let me make comment on the defection of former vice presidential candidate of PDP, in just recent concluded election, 2023 election, Patrick Ifeanyi Okowa. Yeah, Ifeanyi Okowa. You know, before his defection, there was a news that EFCC arrested him. EFCC arrested him. That should be in Rivers State. Yeah, that should be in Rivers State.
He was invited by the EFCC.
Was he invited?
He was invited by the EFCC.
Okay. Whether he was invited or he was arrested, all of them is that
he was invited by the
he was at the custody or in the custody of EFCC, and that should be almost 24 hours, if not 48 hours. Now, after the interactions and will I say persecution, you know, from EFCC, by the end of the day, few months down the line, we now heard that he had defected to APC. Don't forget, I say that former governor of Edo State, Adams Oshiomhole, will say something. He said, once you join APC, he said your sins are forgiven. So, in order for the sins, you know, which EFCC accused Ifeanyi Okowa, former governor of Edo State, for financial embezzlement.
Delta State.
Former governor of Delta State, yes, for financial embezzlement. So, in order for his sins to be forgiven, for him to become the righteous one of APC, you know, immediately he crossed carpet to APC. Since that time till now, nobody has ever heard about EFCC going after him.
But prior to that time, before I move to just to correct and set the record straight, prior to that time, before he moved to the ruling All Progressive Congress, that case was not really. EFCC said they invited him, but they were not able to prove beyond reasonable doubt that he actually did what was acclaimed even on the media space, that he was arrested and also charged over some certain amount of money. He was able to explain that this money was for the state use and it's for the benefit of Deltans at that point, just to set the record straight.
See, we all know what's happening in this country. We all know. Whether EFCC invited him, and they are still doing investigations. And before EFCC invited him, there was accusation, said there is a financial embezzlement. Financial embezzlement. That was the major reason why they invited him over.
Misappropriation of funds.
Yes, misappropriation of funds. Now, they are still going through the process. They are still going through a kind of, what do you call it, investigations. Now, which I know they will still invite him again. This is just the first invitation they're giving to him. So they are still into it. Now, as the process is still ongoing, the next news we had is that former governor and former vice presidential candidate of PDP has cross-carpeted to APC. What does that show? He want his sins to be forgiven. He want to his sins to be covered. He wants to be given a safe heaven where no EFCC will come after him anymore. And that is wrong. It's a wrong signal to a political space. This is a wrong signal. Something is wrong with the politics in Nigeria. How can somebody cross carpet and your sins will be forgiven? How can someone cross carpet? Yes, this will just drop charges against you. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. That's why there's high level of corruption. Once you can just join the mainstream of a ruling party, your sins are forgiven. So it's wrong. Now, you said if other governors that have been in the ruling party, if there have been a form of change, no change. Now, you don't need to be in the ruling party for you to get what is due to you. Every state has something that is due to you. It is the duty of the federal government to have what we call federal project. Federal project, federal works. There are work that must be done or carried out by the federal. There are work that must be carried out by the state. So whether you join APC or not, whether you are in Labour Party, you are in the ABGA, something that is due to you will definitely get to you. It is enshrined in our political in our constitution. It is enshrined. So nothing. Nobody should deny you what is due to you. I remember some time ago when Wike during the lockdown because of COVID-19. Something was due to his state and it was not coming. He raised alarm. Not long it was released to him. So he did not have to join APC for him to get what is due to Rivers State. Even as a PDP governor, he immediately raised alarm. The money that was due for Rivers for the River people was released. So moving from one political party to another political one will not bring development. Will not make your state that is backward to move forward. Just like I said before, it's just about changing names of party, but with the same people that have no ideology. Well, changing names of political party with the same people that have no ideology.
No, Charles, people from Akwa Ibom State will not agree with you on this because Akwa Ibom State for the last 24 years have been able to measure tangible growth and development even in Akwa Ibom State. But then we've also seen defections in Cross River State where even in Ecom local government and other part of Cross River State where people from that from the People's Democratic Party were moving in large number to the All Progressive Congress. And one of the reasons they gave is that they've seen the magnificent growth, progress, and also the initiative and policy being initiated by Basio too. And that's why they are moving to join and support the governor in order to actualize its goal. Of course, many governors so far that have moved to All Progressive Congress are also reiterating that particular statement. They've seen the good work of Mr. President and they want to align themselves. But so far, even proud to this government, this administration, we've seen defection that has become like another beautiful narrative that has characterized the Nigerian body politics. But when you begin to assess it in terms of its human impact, at this point, can't we say that Nigerians have benefited more as a result of defection, even though it is not founded in the structure of our constitution, but it has benefited a lot of states, a lot of communities. Can't we say, even looking at Ebonyi and the level of development that Ebonyi has seen so far, can't we say at this point that this whole process should be a welcome development and be enshrined in our constitution?
The truth is that what that win election in state is not political parties, but should be individual. Now, if you go to Abia State, you see what Alex Otti is doing. If you see, I was in Abia State a few weeks ago. I was in Abia State. I just returned back from Abia State. Now, when you go there, you see what he's doing. Alex Otti, His Excellency Alex Otti, don't need to align with APC in order to, bring tangible development to the people of Abia State. It has to do with individual. It's not the political party that does it. It's individual that has ideology. Individual that has the interest of the masses at heart. Someone that don't have a vision, say, I want to move this state forward. My people have suffered so much. I want to bring development to the people, to the grassroots. So it's not about let me leave the party where I won election and join the mainstream party. Even if when you join, what will happen will keep happening. Unless if you have determined to bring the dividends of democracy to your people. Unless if you are determined. If you are not determined for it, forget it. It's not all about joining the ruling party. No. If you join the ruling party and you still have your wickedness in your heart, you still have wrong ideologies, you still have you don't have passion for the people you are ruling, what is happening when you are in either PDP or APC will keep happening. So it's all about changing from one name of a party to another name. Alex Otti is a clear example. First tenure, first 100 years. This is second year in office. Go to Abia State, go and see what is happening there. Abia State that was known as a dirty state, one of the poorest state in Nigeria. I say I visited there. I was there 2 weeks ago. I was in Abia State. I saw by myself. I say there is a sign that there is government in this state. There's a sign that there's government in this state. Somebody is sitting on the affairs of this of this state. Somebody is sitting. Somebody is in charge. The road is very clean, motorable. I say things are working. I can't remember when last I heard that there was a security challenge in Abia State. I can't remember when last I heard about it. Before Abia State was a den of both stealings, criminals, a lot of things was happening. Dirty environment everywhere. Refugees were littered all across the state. But I said, as I walk, if I walk the car, if it entered, told me, I asked myself, Mr. Driver, where are this bucket? He said, this is directive from the government that every tricycle must have, basket to make sure this state is a clean state. What happened to other governors that was there before? Why they did not bring the needed change? Why they did not, bring the development? They are just there just to invest money and find their way. So it's not about moving from one state to another state, from one political party to another political party. No, it's all about the individual who have determined to bring in development, to bring in dividends of democracy to the masses. It's not about individual. It's not about change. It's not about the political party. Political party does not change a nation. Political party does not change a local government. Political party does not change a state. Change can always happen when the individual, who is the governor, who is the senator, who is the House of Representatives, who is the president, have said to himself, my people have suffered enough. Let me bring security. Let me bring electricity. Let me, bring economy. Let me bring education to them.
And Charles, the president is doing quite a lot even in this regard. Don't you think that this is why most of the state governors are trying to align themselves with the president even at this point in time?
No, you don't need to be in the same party with Mr. President to do what Mr. President is doing. If Mr. President is driving the economy...
You need to have access to the president. You need to have adequate some form of political relationship, fiduciary relationship with the president.
I disagree.
To be able to enjoy...
I disagree.
No. That's the African and Nigerian...
No, I disagree. And that's a wrong notion. That's a wrong notion.
Well, it is what it is.
That's a wrong political ideology.
Well, I didn't create the ideology.
President is not the president of APC.
Under President
Tinubu
played out under Obasanjo. It has played out also partially under the presidentship and rulership, the presidentship of the person of Yaradua and by extension Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. And it has played out largely in President Buhari, Muhammadu Buhari. And right now it's playing out. So it's not new in Nigerian body politics for people to align themselves with the president if the president is doing magnificently well. Are we saying that all of this because it is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, so people should not defect?
We cannot keep, encouraging the bad characters. If it had been happening in other regime, I expected this current regime, to bring in change. Don't forget that APC say their vision is to bring change.
This vision is to renew the hope of Nigerians.
Okay. This is okay. No, it's a renew hope.
The mantra is
renew hope under the same name APC, which is change. Renew hope. You say hope of change was lost, and Nigerian people lost hope on the change APC promised us. Now, President Tinubu now came and said he want to restore back that hope that was that we say is a renewed hope. He want to restore it back. I don't know what they really understand what Mr. President meant. He said APC came on board and gave the Nigerian people hope. And we promised them that there will be changes in all sectors. There will be changes in every angle, both in military, there will be changes. That corruption going on in military, corruption going on in police, department, all the whole department that are going through corruption. They came and say they want to bring change. Change will be in every aspect, in every department. Now, few years down the line, we didn't say anything. Corruption increased. So now, when President Tinubu came, he now came and said, Chai, Nigerian people really lost the hope they had on us as APC party. We promised them change. And by the end of the day, we failed. In fact, he himself admitted that we failed Nigerian people. So, on that note, I am coming to renew the hope that Nigerian people has lost in us. They lost the hope because we promised them change. They didn't see the change. We promised them security. They didn't see the security. We promised them a good road, good economy. We promised them education. By the end of the day, they saw the negative side of it. So they have lost hope on us. So now he came and said, I want to restore back the hope they have lost. I want to renew it. So what he came, you see, want to do renewal of that change that was promised. So he's still under the mantle. He's still under the same change.
Renewing that change, is it wrong for people that have seen the change and the direction of the wind of the change to align themselves, their thoughts and their political ideology to also remember you've talked about, I asked a salient question which has to do with the personalities or the party. And you've rightly spoken about that. But right now, you've mentioned the fact that President Bola Tinubu's administration is to champion the renewed course, which is to renew the hope of Nigeria. And part of what he's doing right now is to revamp the entire political system of Nigeria. A lot of people are seeing this revamping going on, and they want to align themselves with the president right now from all quarters across the country. Not just the president, also from members of the All Progressive Congress across board in Nigeria. Is there anything wrong in this? Because we've been, like I said before, we've seen all of this defection going on across the country prior to this time. But when it has to do with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Nigerians started shouting foul. And this is not the right step to go. Like you've said, this is a dent to the image of our nascent democratical growth. But I ask again, is it because it is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that's why we are doing this part?
Left for me, if I'm Mr. President, I will do something in a different way. I will not allow something to keep happening the same way it will be happening. You know, people defecting from one political party to another political party. No. You don't need to be in the same political party with Mr. President for you to, deliver or bring in the dividends of democracy to the people of your state.
But there's nothing wrong with also seeing what he's doing and decide to align your thoughts with what he has been
doing.
Don't
forget, Mr. President is the president of the nation. He's not the president of APC alone. So, as a governor of your state under PDP, you don't need to defect to show or to be in partnership or to be in a support with Mr. President for him to drive home his change agenda or his renewal hope agenda to the people of Nigeria or to the people of your state. No, you can still be in PDP and still be in partnership with Mr. President. See Enugu State Governor Peter Mbah is a very close friend to Mr. President. In fact, I read one article that said that Mr. President has started. In fact, so I read it somewhere. He said Mr. President have given him go ahead for second tenure. So he is in PDP, but he's a right hand man of Mr. President. He's a very close associate with Mr. President. So he don't need to defect to be in APC for him to be in good time with Mr. President. So it's all about individual. It's all about the party. If Mr. President, if anybody wants to defend, I say, no, remain there. We can still be friends. Remain there. Work for the interest of the people. It's not about changing the name of a party. Be there. Be there. Even if you want to give me support, you can still remain there and give me your support. Even if you want to vote for me, you can still remain in PDP and vote for me.
You're saying that people want to join the All Progressive Congress, President Bola Tinubu should rather, and the All Progressive Congress should close the doors again.
They should be advised to remain where you are. If really we are allowing democracy to thrive in Nigeria, if really we are practicing democracy, if really we are practicing democracy, people should be in their political party.
Think that this again will violate the section of the Nigerian Constitution which has to do with the freedom of association. You're free to join any political party. You're free to belong to any movement you want to.
Yes. There's freedom of there's a freedom of association which have been enshrined in Nigerian Constitution. But the question is, people who are moving to one political party to another political party, what is their reason? what is their objective? Are they being coerced? Are they being threatened? Were they shown their file in EFCC? You know, what is the motivating factor that made them to decamp? Were they threatened? If you don't join us, we'll come after you. So what is happening? What is your objective? So freedom of association is enshrined in the Nigerian Constitution, but it's not an association based on coerce, based on threat, based on one issue or the other. So if your association is based on you want to move so that your sins will be forgiven, you want to move so that you have a safer heaven, I think that freedom of association should be looked into. It should be looked into. Seriously, it should be looked into. So you don't need to join any other political party to be a good friend of Mr. President. President Tinubu is doing well. He's doing well. We are seeing some changes in various sectors. He's doing well. We are seeing development in various sectors. He's doing well. In fact, do you know that in Abuja, before this thing, the level of kidnapping and other things that was happening, it has come down. Bomb blasts here and there. Bomb blasts here and there. So something is happening in this government. But I don't think that Mr. Prince should encourage anybody to join his party before the person will be in line with him. You can still be your political party.
I think Charles is missing the point. The president has not coerced anybody. He has often come out to say, I know road. That is the word of the president. I know road. And you know the rhetoric that follows it. It's follow who know road.
Yeah.
Maybe Nigerians, the politicians have seen that the president knows the road. And they want to follow who knows the road. And you're saying that they shouldn't follow him. He should rather be telling them to leave the party. In the light of this conversation, if you were to be in the presidency right now, assuming the position of the president, and people say they trust your vision, they want to join your political party in order to align their thought and vision and personal ideology in order to attract the kind of development that they've seen you implement into their state. You're telling me right now, if you're the president, you say, don't follow me, stay back. You can emulate my good works, but not being a member of my party. Meanwhile, you know that the politics in itself is a game of number. When you look at all of this, let's even talk in this light as you, as a president, in this light.
The truth remains that if I'm Mr. President, I will let every governor who claim that I know road, who claim that, he lost.
He knows the road.
Yes, yeah. He lost my administration.
Yes.
He wants to be in partnership with me. Now, I will tell you to go and do the right thing in your state. Just go and do the right thing. The basic way you can give me support is by doing the right thing. What's the right thing? Deliver the dividends of democracy to the people of your state. Go back to your state. Deliver dividends of democracy.
So what if they
don't know
the road to delivering the dividends of democracy and they want to follow the president and they can know the road?
See.
Yes.
Mr. President has good intention for the Nigerian people. And he's working on it. He's working on it day by day. Now, if Mr. President is putting all his effort to deliver dividends of the democracy to the Nigerian people, and a state governor somewhere is sabotaging him, that is wrong. Whether you join his party APC, do you think that there are APC governors who are in the same mainstream, the same political party with Mr. President that are not sabotaging his leadership? Many of them are there. So they are not allowing what Mr. President is trying to deliver to the Nigerian people, to be known, to be seen. They are covering it, even when they're in the same party with him. Right. So that's why I say it's not about joining in the same party with Mr. President. It's all about being in agreement, both in spirit, soul, and body with Mr. President. You align with his ideology. You implement what Mr. President is also implementing from the federal. You implement it at the central or at the state level. Now, Mr. President will see that you are doing the right thing. He will clap for you. He will be happy with you, that you are helping him to drive in the dividends of democracy to the state level. You are helping him, to pass the message, to extend it to the people of your state. Mr. Brain will be happy. So when Mr. Brain will come back for campaign in 2027, even don't forget that he will go for campaign in all those states, whether the state being ruled by PDP, being ruled by Labour Party, anybody, any state, he has that freedom to go and campaign. As he will go, he will be able to use what the state governor is doing. You say, look at this, your state governor. Though he's not in my party, but see what is happening. He's not a member of my party, but he's doing well.
But that would automatically means demarketing the party even on the state level.
Oh, no. It's not. Like he's saying the reality.
Like what's happening right now in Anambra State.
Okay.
Where there is this confusion that Governor and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu endorsed Soludo. On the other hand, all progressive members are saying no, he did not endorse Soludo. You've seen that play out.
That is
if the president comes out for a campaign.
That is what
begin to praise the governor of that state. Automatically,
that is what democracy is all about.
Well, it's all.
That is the beauty of democracy.
Democracy is being driven by a vehicle known as political parties.
Yes.
So if the president comes and give a thumbs up to a governor that is performing excellently well, it demarcates its own political party within that state.
No.
All right.
The masses are seeing. See, the masses are seeing. Who knows who is who? During the time of election, that's when the voices of masses, they will speak. They speak with their vote. They speak with their vote. So whether Mr. President say it or he didn't say it, but masses, they know who is the leader. Masses, they know who is ruling well. They know who is not getting it right. At the time of election, the masses will speak in one voice. So Mr. President, there's nothing bad for Mr. President to go to a state and appreciate the governor and commend the governor for doing a good work. That's the beauty of democracy. Because the president has the right to say, wow, your governor is doing well. And that is not endorsement. Say that Mr. Soludo is doing well, that is not endorsement. Say Mr. Peter Mba of Enugu State is doing well, that is not an endorsement. It's just being real. It's just being real. Just being fair to the leadership of that state.
All right, Charles.
And also, the president also have the right to condemn when they're not getting it right.
Well, Charles, I know we still have a lot of conversations to have even right now talking about defections in Nigeria, but time will fail us to delve into other issues right now that borders on defections in Nigeria. But I want to say thank you so much for finding out time to be with us here on Big Talk, Charles.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Well, viewers, this is how far we can go even on Big Talk this evening. Don't forget that you can join the conversation on our various social media handle showing on your screen right now using @Global TV NG. And you can also download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app from your Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcasts. My name is Godwin Sunday. Up next is News Prime. Always remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Enjoy the rest of your evening.